This is Tim Wright's farm in Herman. There's a beautiful orchard here on the hilltop here, not far out of town. It is a well irrigated and cared for. You can see the beautiful big berries coming off this plant here. He's got quite a bit in here. He's been bringing his fruit into River Hills Harvest and a part of our group for the last 4 years. We've been harvesting off of this field. He has. Nice long rows in here, good sized plants. These were all cut down to the ground. This is all primocane, this year's growth. You can kind of tell that by the green stems here is an indication to me that these are the Bob Gordon variety. It's easy for me to tell them from some of the other ones. So since this was a nice big elderberry that was cut off, and these are all what we call primocane, so they're the 1-year-old wood that's coming up. And it's got its opposite leaves coming up your stem till it gets to the very end of the stem where it will make these giant big primocane head of fruit. So it grows up and makes these big heads on the very end, and that's what we like. It's easier to harvest. You just snip them off. You got one cut. You can see how this plant has multiple shoots coming up now. There's maybe, I don't know, 10 or 15 shoots in there. Some are smaller. But there's some nice big heads. They have picked this orchard's been picked 3 times this year so far. And there's still a lot of fruit left in here. It's just starting to come on. There's still some green ones, so they'll be picking out of here for another 3 weeks probably. Lots of good fruit in here. The American elderberry doesn't have much of an odor. The Europeans all do, and there are some wild Europeans that have gotten loose here, but you can always tell a European by when you touch it, it has an acrid, strong smell, whereas the American, it smells good. So we're going to move up here towards where they're doing this de-stemming. I think they're about ready to start another batch here. They were having lunch. Pickers were here this morning. They've picked through this orchard already. They have them stored in the cooler over there in boxes and sacks, waiting to put them through the de-stemming machine here. The de-stemmer will run about 400 pounds of fruit an hour is about what we can do when we're pushing it through there. So if you got too much fruit, you might have to have 2, but if you run it 10 hours a day, you should be able to do a couple tons through that one machine in a day. Nice and sweet. Here's a little deer damage. You can see where the deer snipped off part of that clump. I'm surprised because there's not supposed to be any deer in here. Big purple head. Alright, it looks like they're about ready to get set up here to do another run.
Can we interview him?
Yeah, John, you want to come here for a second?
What?
Come there, I want to ask you a couple questions about your rig. You're all purple.
I've been purple before. Oh, we've been shaking berries. You know how it is.
So how many are you getting through there right now?
Yesterday when we did a time trial, we got 475 pounds in an hour.
So that's, if a guy works hard, he might be able to get 2 tons through one of the things a day.
If with enough hands, yeah.
So are you happy the way the de-stemmer's been working?
Oh yeah, everything is great. I'm glad I got that. My wife said we need 2 of them.
All right, everybody needs a pair.
All right.